Welcome back to this special Eid show. I am Jawad Tehami. Let's straight away go to Rafi Iqbal. Rafi, before going on the break, we were talking about how to better digest the meat, whether it's mutton, beef, or the camel meat, appropriate word of which we'll try to explore later on after the show, of course. So, is it advisable to go to gyms after having consumed so much meat?
Yeah, I think for sure when you consume all that protein, you need to burn it down some way as well, one way or the other. And I think the only way enzymes are produced in such a hasty manner are if we work out properly. And to be honest, I've seen a lot of packed gyms after the Eid al-Adha, because I think with all that protein, there comes this motivation and encouragement that everyone's going to shed off some weight and come into their best form, but that we see that encouragement, that motivation.
You just said that after Eid al-Adha. So it means, of course, what I perceive is that on Eid days, during those 3 days, the gyms are going to be, of course, not going to be open, right?
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Definitely.
Okay.
So after the
gyms actually don't play any role as far as the digestion of that particular meat that has already been consumed is concerned.
Well, of course, the gym staff, I think they do deserve to celebrate the Eid as well. But even after the Eid al-Adha, if the people go to, they start going to the gyms, I think they can burn down that fat.
Okay, so gym people deserve to celebrate their Eid too also, right?
Yeah.
So what about the news people?
Well, we do too, but unfortunately in the news business it has to go around the clock, and the news is done always live, so we cannot have any recordings done as well.
But that doesn't mean that you don't deserve to celebrate the Eid.
No, we do deserve to, but
how does the atmosphere and the environment in the office on the Eid day happens to be?
Well, is it
quite equally festive?
It's quite exciting. Everyone's thrilled.
Do people bring in some sort of meat,
yes,
cooked meat from their
people do.
homes?
There's a lot of people who cook meat and they bring it over here. We share different delicacies with each other, and it's overall a very festive environment in the office as well. And I think it's an environment that one couldn't imagine on a normal day, that a news channel, a current affairs channel, and would be such in a festive manner that everyone's all smiles. There's food going on, there's meaty dishes, there are cakes coming in, and it's all in all just a very lively environment, considering that everyone has come from their homes, everyone is very excited and enthralled, and we also see some children in the office running around where they come with their parents, and that also adds a lot to the joys of Eid.
So do they get bored, or do they really enjoy their stay when they come with their parents to the office? Well, on the Eid day in particular?
As far as I've seen, they enjoy it a lot because they see it's a change for them as well to be able to come to their...
But the feeling when we talk about their parents, they just want to rush back to their families, no? Isn't it that the case?
Well, definitely, but the children, when they see it's a different environment all in all, and they get to run and they get long corridors to run and play with each other, so I think that's quite exciting for them as well. But yeah, I think the parents, they do try to, and they would want to spend time with their loved ones as well, so that's why we have shifts divided. And I think on the Eid day, everyone is very punctual because they realize that they want to leave the other shift so that they can go and spend time with their loved ones as well. And I think that overall that contributes a lot to the positive and progressive environment.
So what about that staff who are not from that very station where the office is, as far as the news workflow is concerned? So well, do they get separate leaves and they go back to their native towns?
That's up to the management, of course, but I think they do understand, and those that are not residing in Islamabad, or those that are not, they have their hometowns far away and they have their family in their hometowns, they do go to their hometowns and spend time with their loved ones. And of course, it's just 3 days, and I think we can manage for one another. Obviously, we're colleagues, and we do coordinate, and of course, we would try to give as much ease to the other person who is going to be traveling as well, as much as we can.
So work and Eid, can they go along? Because in the news business, I mean, people have to work, be there at the office, at the workplace. That's mandatory. The skeleton staff has to be there in order to keep the operations running. So the kind of field that you actually belong to, You get to get the complete offs on the Eid days?
Well,
Or this,
no, I do come with that specific part too. I don't get like offs for Eid because obviously when you're in this succession or like the customer service, like like sales and the marketing field, then obviously when you have to deal it out with the clients internationally, you have to go through the specific time zone that comes with the US or UK or other countries. So yes, I don't get the time off for that, but what I love doing is that I get the diversity of the cultures, because obviously Muslims get together all around, even though if they're going through the businesses, you get to know about how they share their culture in a specific Eid manner. So I think that is something I would always go through. And then but yeah, like once you're getting together with all your fellows rather than work, so I think I do get that time off for myself as well to explore it out with them. So I think I prefer that, but obviously like the whole office nature goes with like just getting to hang out with the kids, and it's just I mean it's there's a lot more to explore and there's a lot more to get into, and you just get the positive aspect of that. So I think I like that.
Right, Dr. Alize, when it comes to work and the Eid day, being a consultant and nutritionist, do you get lots of calls from your loved ones or the closed one, the people around you, to consult about what they should be actually doing on Eid day, or after they've done the damage during those Eid days, after those 3 Eid days,
well,
you get that?
I get so many calls on Eid because there are two kinds of people on Eid who did their strict diet on Ramadan or on Eid al-Azha as well. So they just had to manage their diets on Eid, how they can manage their diets on Eid. I just simply said to them, you just need to keep yourself in a moderation way. You just don't need to be, you can say, hustle yourself with your diet and conscious about your diet. You just need to be, keep yourself in a very moderation way and a balanced way.
So, okay, so when we talk about all these people calling you, getting your advice regarding how they should be going about eating meat on Eid al-Azha in particular, so do they make calls just for making just for the sake of making calls and inquiring it, and not even following any bit of it afterwards and violating it all together? What's been the trend with the people?
I think people just in the anxiety, what they have to do for their diet. Rest of the it, people just want to eat a lot, and they are just craving for the food and all.
So
on the
you
other
mean to say
side,
the
they
consciousness and the anxiety is just before when the meat appears in front of you.
Exactly.
So the moment it appears before you, all that anxiety, what would be happening, what would be the outcome, or what would be the result after we have consumed that much of a meat, that all goes away.
They just don't think about it.
And they just plunge
just
towards the meat and just want to take the
yeah.
meat as much. So tell me, Dr. Alize, what's your favorite sort of a dish that you deem is the most delicious for you on the Eid day, as far as meat is concerned?
I think I would prefer a grilled mutton.
Okay.
Or you can say a dishes of the mutton and beef. And I'm a very carnivore person. I'm not vegetarian at all.
Okay.
Or I think when we are getting the most of our portion from the protein, I think we our manages our diet in a way.
Okay. So, Rafi, what would you love to have the most? Which dish of the meat do you consider the most delicious for yourself?
When it comes to meat, any sort, but I'm a fan of grilled or steamed meat because in that you can really feel and you can really actually enjoy the taste of the meat itself without too many spices or without too many supplementary flavors. And I think that tenderness of the meat, that fresh meat, that is what a person enjoys the most when it comes to meat, especially if you enjoy it medium well or medium rare. That's the actual tenderness that you get to enjoy just with the originality and the original flavor of the meat itself.
So, okay, so when we, let's grade different meats as to the way they are might be cooked. For example, we talk about mutton. beef and the camel meat, right? So these three categories into four cooking bigger categories: the curry, the grilled, the steam, and the barbecue. So which one would you actually relate to the best? Which can be cooked in which form out of these four?
Well, I think mutton is more easier to cook than beef or camel meat because it takes more time to cook and tenderize. So I think it's more easier and more compatible. Mutton can go with any dish because it just takes.
It can be grilled
lesser
also.
time. Yes,
Okay,
it
but
can
you
be
can't
grilled.
get those steaks out of mutton.
Well, if
that
I think
particular
the butcher does his job well, then we can.
As compared to beef, the better
Yeah.
steaks comes out of
The beef.
beef, right?
Yes.
With a better scale and proportion.
But if that depends on the butcher, if he actually does his job well and wants to carve out a good steak piece, I think he could carve it out from anywhere.
Anywhere, from the goat
Yeah.
also, right? Okay, so mutton can be cooked in any way: curry, grilled, barbecue, and steam. So let's go to Sunana. Specifically talking about mutton, which of these four cooking methods would you prefer for mutton? Curry, grilled, barbecue, or steam?
So I prefer the steam one as well, but also just to make it more like nutritious, you can go with the stews. I personally prepare it in a form like I go with this specific Moroccan stew that comes with lots and lots of veggies because I myself like to balance out the diet. So that is something I go over with. But yes, barbecue is an important part. You know, when you're just getting together and you get the delicacy of it. The succulent flavors are coming in it. So yes, I like that too. So, I mean, they both come in their own like variety and own form. So it depends on the time you're having it.
Okay, so Dr. Lise, mutton, which cooking method would you prefer? Could be the best suited for mutton?
I think I would prefer a steamed one, but as we have to follow the trend that we have to get together with our families and friends and we have to go out with them, so we can't specify our preferences. We have to eat all types of muttons, karahi, curry, and all kind of beef that we are eaten. So I think
Beef, Rafe, which cooking method?
Beef, I wouldn't say much because my doctors have advised me not to eat beef much. They've allowed me till mutton because the beef causes a very much rise in cholesterol level and the ALT levels. So my doctors have advised me to keep my hands off of beef as much as I can, but still a steak would be preferred. Anytime, a beef steak.
Steak is always grilled, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Right. So with that, we will head towards a very quick short break. After that break, we'll resume the discussion at which sort of a meat would be cooked in which preferred way. For that, stay tuned. Welcome back to this special Eid show. I am Jawad Hami, and you all know that we are honored to have been joined in the studio by Dr. Alize Shafkat and Ms. Sunana Parvez and Rafi Iqbal. Now, there is a new entry. A singer has joined us in this very particular show to grace this particular show with the tint of that music that I had been so craving for since the start of this show. Hamza Ali. Hamza, thank you very much for your time, for being with us on this particular show. So, what have you got straight away for our viewers? Where would you start from? Is there any song that you've sung yourself? Would you start with that, please?
Ishq Murshid.
If there is a song of your own, आप अपने song से अगर start करें तो.
Okay, अपने गाने से? Okay. ये मेरा गाना है और कंपोजिशन भी मेरी है। हमारे रूठ जाने से, हमारे टूट जाने तक, हमारे रूठ जाने से, हमारे टूट जाने तक, बताओ साथ दोगी क्या, तुम्हें अपना पुकारें तो, हमारे रूठ जाने से, हमारे टूट जाने तक। न करना वो वादे जो रह जाए आधे, दिल मेरा ना दुखाओगी, जिंदगी का सफर जो मुश्किल हुआ तो हाथ कभी ना छुड़ाओगे, मेरे यूं हास होने से, यूं रब के पास होने तक, बताओ साथ दोगी क्या, तुम्हें अपना पुकारे तो, हमारे रूठ जाने से, हमारे टूट जाने तक।
Hamza, very beautifully sung.
Thank you so much.
Very beautifully sung. What do you say, Rafi?
Amazing. It
How
was
did you like
amazing.
it?
I enjoyed the lyrics a lot.
Thank you so much.
Or do you think it was befitting for this occasion? I mean, it was more of a sad song, no?
Yes, but you know, I enjoy art on every occasion. There's no specific occasion to enjoy a specific kind of art, and I think the composition itself, it was amazing.
Okay, has it already been recorded? हमसा पहले से record हुआ है
जी,
क्या
बिल्कुल
इसकी
record।
वीडियो बनाई है किस
ऑफिशियली ये चल रहा है टीवी चैनल पे,
टीवी चैनल्स पे चल रहा है, म्यूजिक चार्ट्स में चल रहा है, म्यूजिक के जो
ऑफिशियल वीडियो के साथ।
ओके
जी
जो म्यूजिक के चैनल्स हैं उनके ऊपर,
हाँ, म्यूजिकल चैनल।
राइट। सो सुनैना, हाउ डिड यू feel about this particular
Well,
song?
it was beautiful, but also there was a specific part where he talked, you know, where he like sung about, you know, Rab ke paas aane se. So I think that individually connects with us with the like Eid occasion somehow, because obviously we are trying to connect with God as well in spiritual terms. So yes.
So when we talk about music as overall, I mean, do you have any interest? Which genre of music do you like the most?
So I personally like to go for like techno, and also I basically listen to something that is a bit creepy, comes with that death metal. So been listening to Tool a lot, different like you know, like there's this band also.
Why
known
it is
as
called as death metal?
because it's too loud, and you know it just gives you that
They're
power up,
weird
power
sound. It's
lifting.
all, you know, screaming and all that that goes on with that very, I mean, loud metaling, whatever that is. I mean, how would somebody prefer to, I mean, go for such a?
I'm still glad you didn't say K-pop.
Well, because obviously there are some sort of drum beats going on in there that I love. I mean, I always have a craze for like drums. Right now, I'm also like trying to learn some, you know, like cajon and you know some percussion to go over with it. So that specific terms is that, you know, when you're just feeling down and you need that power lifting, or so you just listen to that, and it gives you, you know, everyone has their own preferences. So I go with that.
Okay, let's go back to Hamza once again. Hamza, एक और गाना आप प्लीज सुनाएं. पहले गाना जो आपने सुनाया, it's more of classical. थोड़ा सा बताएंगे why did you actually opt for classical? It seems to be from a classical genre.
मतलब मैं क्लासिकल मतलब
क्यों आपने प्रेफर किया?
एक्चुअली सीन ये कि बिकॉज शुरू से मेरा कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है मतलब क्लासिकल गाने से. जब से मैं इस म्यूज़िक की फील्ड में आया हूँ तो मुझे लगता है जब तक आप क्लासिकल नहीं सीखते तो आप मतलब पॉप रॉक को कुछ नहीं समझ सकते. तो क्लासिकल ज़रूरी है.
चलें एक और गाना प्लीज.
ये OST है पाकिस्तानी ड्रामास का, तो वो सुनाता हूँ. गहरा देखा है तुमसा मैंने नहीं, मेरी मोहब्बत का हर लम्हा तुझ में गुम सा गया। ना मैं हूँ आशिक ना मैं दीवाना, कह दो मुझे जो पिया। तेरा मेरा है प्यार अमर, तू चाहे तो कदमों में दिल रख दूं। ये जीवन क्या अगर मांगे तो मेरी जान नजर कर दूं। तेरा मेरा है प्यार अमर। नूरे जहां और नूरे मोहब्बत दोनों जुड़े तुझसे पिया। पागल या जोगी मुझको कहो तुम, हाँ मेरा इश्क सबसे जुदा। तेरी खातिर लूं सो जन्म में, चाहे हो जो भी भला। ना मैं हूँ आशिक ना मैं दीवाना, कह दो मुझे जो पिया। तेरा मेरा है प्यार अमर।
Wow, beautifully sung once again. Originally ये किसने गाया है हमजा?
ये अहमद जान ज़ेब,
अहमद जान ज़ेब ने गाया।
पाकिस्तान के बड़े अच्छे प्रोड्यूसर हैं, म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर हैं।
Okay.
और ये उनका है।
Okay, Rafi, who has sung it better, Ahmed Jahan Zeb himself or Hamza?
Well, I think it's a tough competition, but Hamza has done a very well job
Very
in
impressive.
hitting those notes. Yeah.
Yeah, very impressive. Somewhere I could see a little bit of different, tone as far as originally sung by Ahmed
Yes.
Jahan Zeb, but it was no lesser, no?
True. Very true.
Sunana, what do you say?
Well, it was lovely, and once you're singing it, everyone has their own tonality, so he went with that. But cheers
Okay.
to that.
Okay, so Dr. Alize, any interest in music? Which genre? No interest in music at all?
No, I'm quite interested in music, but not so far.
Have you ever tried singing?
No, never.
Never?
No.
Sunana, what about you?
Well,
Yes, you are going to sing for us today. Please
I-
come up. Any favorite song?
I don't think I have the voice to go for it.
It's okay, it's good to try sometimes.
Favorite song, I can't think of something right now. I'm not really sure. I think at this moment
You can sing the national anthem of the country if you can.
That song that you love to enjoy when you're alone, at your own, when you have your me time, which is that song?
Well, that's
Okay, just think about it. We'll come back to you. Rafi, it's your turn.
Um,
Hamza is going to play guitar for you.
Jawad, I'd love to sing it. I've always wanted to sing, but I have this problem with the lyrics, and I stop myself from singing because I don't want to do.
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
want to do that kind of brutality to the.
Wherever there
composer.
would be a problem of lyrics, I'll try to bring in the correct lyrics if I would be able to. We'll just come up with this one.
I think with such great talent here, Jawad, it would be unjust to him to have my voice coming out.
Okay,
in
so
it.
do you have any favorite song that you want Hamza to sing?
Yeah, anything classical. I'm more of a
Classical?
classical guy, so yeah.
Okay.
So here we go with another classical. One classical, the second was also more of classical thing, and now the third one classical. Why not something upbeat? कोई थोड़ा सा भंगड़ा टाइप पंजाबी?
भंगड़ा type?
हाँ, लेकिन वो बाद में. पहले
फरमाइश।
गेस्ट की फरमाइश.
नियत शोक भर न जाए कहीं, नियत शोक भर न जाए कहीं, तो भी दिल से उतर न जाए कहीं, नियत शोक भर न जाए कहीं। आरज़ू है कि तू यहाँ आरज़ू है कि तू यहाँ आए और फिर उम्र भर तू न जाए कहीं। तू भी दिल से तू भी दिल से उतर न जाए कहीं। नियत शोक भर न जाए कहीं। न मिला कर उदास लोगों से ना मिला कर उदास लोगों से हुस्न तेरा बिखर न जाए कहीं। तू भी दिल से उतर न जाए कहीं। नियत शोक भर न जाए कहीं।
Wow, wonderful. Beautifully sung. Who's the poet, Rafi? If I can recollect name, is it Nasir Kazmi, I guess?
नासिर काज़मी, yes.
Yeah, okay. So, नियते शोक भर न जाए कहीं, तो दिल से उतर न जाए कहीं. Beautiful, such a profound expression in it. But what if, अगर नियते शोक भर जाए और तू दिल से उतर जाए, so Rafi Iqbal, what in that case? I mean, you tend to, get to like somebody initially, later on you realize, no.
Well, I think that just amounts to a tough breakup. I think a person should be committed to what their heart wants, what they want from the heart, and I think once they want something, they should go all in. They should do and put in every effort they can to achieve what they wanted initially, and they shouldn't back down. Life is a process of hurdles, it's ups and downs everywhere, but when you want something, you should just stay focused and go for it.
So is this expression also applicable when we get to eat meat? I mean, there is an end point where you feel that you're...
When it comes to me, I don't need any motivation or determination to eat a lot of meat. So
there is no niyat shok bharne wala jo chance hai usme, right?
I don't think meat se dil bharega.
Niyat shok bharna jaye kahin. How do you take this expression, Nasir Kazmi?
Niyat shok bharna
Is it a sustainable sort of a feeling associated with the thing that you actually tend to like, or does it tend to dissipate at a certain moment in your life? Along the way?
So, I mean, obviously, like talking about a person, I mean, if you like someone, so that goes with that, but it lets you diversify, a positive aspect where you know what you're expecting and you have to get through that. And also, like talking about the meat sweats. So, yeah, niyat kabhi nahi bharti is cheez se, but we have to keep going.
Right. Dr. Lizzie, meat and niyat shok. What's your understanding of it?
I think we belongs from Pakistan, and Pakistani people, I think they can never say that niyat shok bhar na jaye kahin.
As far as meat is concerned, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Otherwise, beautifully sung by Ahmed Hamza. Sorry.
Thank you.
So it was nice.
Okay, Hamza. So any upbeat song, कोई भांगड़ा, कोई
पंजाबी पश्तो सराइकी मिक्स
कुछ कर लो,
ओके।
लेकिन अब बहुत वो इस तरह का सॉन्ग नहीं होना चाहिए कि यू आर एक्चुअली दैट कंटेन्स द सैड एलिमेंट वाला सॉन्ग.
हसे डुब गए हंजुआ थले से मैनू लग गए रो गया वल्ले कोई मेरा दिल ते बस न चले की करा मर चलिया मैं तकदी संजिया रावा प्यार दिया है मर गई उड़ीक दिन रात दी कभी तो आके हमारे दिल में बसो कभी तो देखो इधर भी हमारे दिल में तुम्हारी याद बसी तुम्ही को ढूंढे नजर भी खुदारा इतना मेरा काम करो पता नहीं कवा फाम कवा कला ना कला सकता जाम कवा पता नहीं कवा अल्लाह मौला अल्लाह मौला अल्लाह मौला अल्लाह मौला ए मिल के हार वाले मिल के ए मिल के हार वाले मिल के साडे सजना नू कोई ना छिड़के वे जिन्ना पिछे सिर ले गए वे जिन्ना पिछे सिर ले गए ओ सनमा 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 अब मेरी तन्हाई है आसान लाश पे खबर तक मिस्तूर वाला रोड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलना दे सनूर वाला रोड़ा लाश पे खबर तक मिस्तूर वाला रोड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलना दे सलोर माला रोड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलना दे सलोर माला रोड़ा हमने पूछा कि कल शब कहाँ थे पहले शर्माए फिर हंस के बोले हमने पूछा कि कल शब कहाँ थे पहले शर्माए फिर हंस के बोले आप वो बात क्यों पूछते हैं आप वो बात क्यों पूछते हैं जो बताने के काबिल नहीं है बेवफायूं तेरा मुस्कुराना
Hamza beautifully sung once again. It contained Rafe, although it also contained that very sad tone, but it was a little upbeat as compared to the previous songs he's already done. But magnificent, beautiful performance. I really liked all of the songs he has sung for us. Hamza Ali, thank you very much for being with us on this show. Rafe, I had lots of other things to talk about in this particular show, but unfortunately we are short of time. Like every good thing, this show has to end here as well. Thank you very much for taking time out for this show. Ms. Sunana Parvez, Associate Client Success Manager, thank you very much for your time also, for being with us and sharing your very precious time from this festive occasion on this Day with PTV World exclusively, and also Dr. Alize Shafkat, Consultant Nutritionist. Thank you very much for your very important advices as to how to, go about dealing with meat on Eid al-Adha. Thank you very much for being with us on this show. Really appreciate that. With that, we come to the end of this special Eid show. And wherever you are, a very happy to you, all of you. And don't forget all those people who've been through economic the difficulties throughout the year. It's the occasion in order to share that particular meat of the sacrificial animal in the light of the teachings of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam and Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam, to all those people who actually deserve to be the part of these celebrations also. With that note, we come to the end of this special Eid show. Once again, Eid Mubarak.